So, being the general partner of a venture capital fund, we're always looking at the trends and what is hot. And it perhaps over the last 10 years, we've seen a lot of trends like NFTs that felt like they were something where a lot of money went to work, but maybe not a lot of impact came out of it. And so it is heartening to see that one of the big trends today is climate, but it's not just a happy trend. It's also a cautionary tale and something that really requires people to actively manage their portfolio, not just in terms of investing in climate and sustainability as an investment vertical, but thinking about how climate and sustainability affect every type of company in the market today, publicly traded, privately held, no matter what. I started my career in the national security space. And in fact, one of the things that remains of kind of a fascinating snippet in the history of climate change is that the US national security establishment was one of the first major organizations to start to plan ahead for climate resiliency. Not for political reasons, but simply because that organization has to plan for the threats of the future, and this unequivocally was one. This started 20 years ago, and the same should be said of the venture capital industry and in asset management in general. And there's both defensive and offensive reasons to get smart on this topic and start to be active. The defensive reasons are, first of all, there's going to be continued political and public debate, and I would say continued movement towards the public reacting badly to companies that are not sustainable, not managed sustainably, whose products are not sustainable. Just one example, we have a sustainable plastics, a biopolymer company in our portfolio, and that company is riding a wave of plastic bans that are sweeping the country and the world. There's going to be actual effects of power disruptions, major storms, and other things that are coming the way, not to mention geopolitical instability. Which are also very real risks for business. If you run a business and you are not paying attention to the macro geopolitical climate and to, major potential threats to your city and your environment, then you're not thinking far enough ahead. And being prepared for these shocks is really important, and that means resiliency plans for companies. It means understanding where they're getting their power, how they take care of their people, where they're protecting and saving their data. But then there are kind of proactive or offensive reasons to be thoughtful about this as well. Products, populations, consumer groups are going to react really positively to sustainably managed, responsibly managed companies whose products are not only responsive, but help us advance the reaction to climate change and help us find solutions. It feels really good when we find price competitive, sustainable materials, for example, or energy efficiency solutions. These are things that we sleep well at night about investing in, but that also are great businesses. And we're seeing that happen more and more and spread more and more. And it does mean that those companies are also built for now resiliency, but also speed. So in sum, I would say, get educated on these topics as soon as possible. Whether you think you're a climate investor or not, you better be climate educated. You should be looking for co-investment partners in the area and really start building those response and resilience plans in any company, fintech, energy tech, materials, or, a better for you food product. Doesn't matter what you're investing in, it needs to have climate as a part of its strategy.